I have encountered one or two experiences during my service in the IDF, but they can never fully prepare us for the unforeseen challenges that humanity is unable to anticipate or adequately prepare for in advance, specifically on a Saturday, at the early hour of 6 o'clock in the morning, as the sun rises and the world awakens. I commenced receiving phone calls already, but I didn't hear them because I was sleeping. It is factual that it is 6 in the morning and it is precisely Friday. We were seated with friends until 4 in the morning, listening to music, and I intentionally also divulged details. I initiated these actions. I went to sleep at 6 in the morning. Nobody can wake up. We sleep until 6:15 in the morning, and there is no way to change that. Please make a phone call to my wife, as I was unable to answer. She witnessed me at 6:30 in the morning at 6:30 a.m. I sensed something was wrong, so I widened my eyes, and then she told me, "They're searching for you. War began." And then I remember the first sentence I said to her, like, who exactly are we going to fight with? She says, "Hurry, answer the phone." When I got through, there were around 20 unanswered calls that had gone without a response. And I came to the realization that when someone calls me so frequently, I comprehended that something is not correct. But I still didn't imagine that something is genuinely wrong. So I immediately picked up the phone, and one of the guys from the unit scolded me and said, "Listen, I'm heading south. Take measurements, take your personal weapon with you from home, and make sure to bring it along for the assignment without any delay or hesitation, no exceptions." Packed up all of my gear and flew towards the southern direction. 10 minutes before we reached the entrance, all ready to identify where we need to go in, there I stopped, because they already told us to stop and not go inside, and because they said there's a checkpoint. And then I tell them, okay, what exactly is my problem? And then the sentence that struck me, it appears that some of my unit members have already arrived, and they informed me to treat it with seriousness. If you happen to run out of ammunition, make sure to grab the real deal. It was at this moment that I truly understood the magnitude of the disaster that I am about to enter into. We managed to get organized like that, each one wherever they are. I started to get in, bodies everywhere. Bodies can be seen scattered everywhere, belonging to individuals of all ages and genders without any exception or distinction. Upon entering, we had already conducted a check and found that 3 individuals were coordinating, while 4 others were preparing to assault us. I cannot recall ever experiencing such a severe beating before. There were maybe hundreds. And then we start to see 1 falls, 2 falls, 3 falls, 4 falls. Continue to fight a shooting battle, and we didn't even manage to get in. It's just the beginning. And if there are grenades flying at us, if there are RPGs flying at us, and I look to the right, I look to the left, I see snipers falling, cops falling, soldiers falling. We keep on fighting, and everything was unorganized. Everything was like in the neighborhood, and then we realized that we are outnumbered and outgunned, but we never give up and we keep pushing forward. One of my friends asked me to inform him about my intended destination. I explained that if he were to raise the gun, he would witness the consequences of his actions, the pain inflicted by the multitude of people present. I emphasized that indiscriminate shooting would result in harm, as we were in a situation where we lacked any means of defense. I could hear the sound of the approaching battle, which continued to draw nearer. And we've reached a point where we're just looking at each other, and we didn't need to nag or talk. It was known that we're stuck here. We knew we're not getting out of this place alive, and we don't have much to do. We don't even have weapons anymore, and they just closed in on us, and the bullets are flying over our heads. That's it. We knew it's over. And then that Jewish guy, the one who knew me, was with me. This really came from the bottom of his heart. I'm going to tell you something, so I'm going to tell it. But when someone says it from the bottom of their heart, their voice changes. And then he tells me, "I want to tell you something. If only I could get out of here, I would keep Shabbat." And this is a sentence that I looked at because I know the guy. I want to tell you, it hasn't been half a minute. I have no idea what was there. I have no idea why. I still don't know, and I still have questions. That's how we heard the balls flying over our heads. That's how we heard the balls getting further away from us. After 30 seconds, we lift our heads, realizing we are alone. There is no one in sight, leaving us in complete solitude. We persisted in our fight until we finally arrived at the kibbutz located within the city. I was fortunate to have some truly amazing friends in my unit. May his memory be blessed if we were not here today. And that individual, and I fought with him for almost 9 hours straight. We confiscated the weapon from the terrorists we eliminated. I will communicate with you when it is already the second or third week. I can tell you that he kept both of these Shabbats fully. He had a tough time, and today I had a chat with him. He informed me, listen, not just am I going to maintain Shabbat, I am going to elevate it to the next level, you know? I have to tell you, and it is not... Initially, I always thought of religion, I did not maintain it so completely, but particularly after this story, I started attending the synagogue, and I am already on my second or third Shabbat at the synagogue down here. I'm doing great, and I won't miss out. I think if we were to tell it to secular people, dear Jews who are secular, who don't believe in religion, before all this happened, they would have sent us to the loony bin. I have got to tell you, anyone who does not believe in a higher power, I have absolutely no way to explain to him exactly what happened there so that people will believe it. You feel right now that you're there, I can't help you. Not these measurements, not the degrees you have, not the weapon on you, not what they taught you for 30 years, just work. But at that moment, even if you ask someone to help you, there's no one to help you. And then you realize that nothing can safeguard you except for the creator of the cosmos. I am very excited to inform you about this, and I believe that it is truly a message that must reach all individuals, including those who are secular, as well as those who are religious, and also the ultra-Orthodox community, because we have no one else but him. And to say to believe in the Creator, it's not just talk. You need it to come from your soul, from the depths of your heart. And that's what happened. And it's from his heart. When we fought, something kept me moving forward. On edge. He came out without a scratch, and that's it. That's the story. And I really ask that someone tell him that every Jew is precious. I know it's tough. As a secular person, I can tell you that it's really tough. But it's possible, it's doable, and it's a must for every Jew, like the commandments, to honor his religion. And that's it. That's the story.